see how to integrate the complex function. Okay, so for this one, complex function means already you know the complex variable fz. Fz means u plus iota v. U is the function of xy plus I. V is also the function of xy. So u and v both are the real part of the complex function. Then we are going to do the integration over that one. For this integration, as I remember, I have been discussed the parametric equation of the curve. Parametric equation of the curve. And I have been defined it properly. Okay. So first we are coming to the integration in the complex plane. We should understand how to integrate the complex variable in this complex plane. So already you are aware about the integration. You may see this picture. A function fz is defined over the curve C. C is a curve. Okay. So function fz is defined over the curve C. Then and that curve C maybe so we are going to take 2 points of the curve C as A and B. You all know the meaning of integration. Integration means summation. So if the function fz is defined through the curve C from A to B, and now we want to sum, we want to add the value of the function at each and every point of the interval A to B at point C. So there are maybe some points for the sake of convenience. We have been considered here J1, J2, J3, J4, so and Jn. You see. However, this AB has having the infinite number of points. So it is quite complicated for us to choose each and every point of AB. What we are going to do, suppose we have been considered the points in this interval, we divided this AB into finite number of sub-interval like Z0 to Z1, Z1 to Z2, Z2 to Z3, and so on, Zn and Zn also and so on. So between in each sub-interval Z0 to Z1, there is a point Z1, J1, Z1 to Z2, there is a point Z2, Z2 to Z3, there is a point Z3. So in this way, we have divided this curve C from A to B into finite number of sub-interval, and we have been considered a point J1, J2, J3, so on. So at that point, we can find the value of the function. So fj1, fj2, fj3, fjn, and so on, fj capital N. So we are going to add them. We can add them, but there are number of points of the interval which are left. That is not possible for us to choose each and every point. So the summation is going to reduce in terms of integration as a continuous function. So we have been used that expression like this one, integration a to b fzt. So it is same as in case of real variable. Real में भी आप यही करते हो कि जो कर्व सी है उसको finite number of sub interval में divide करते हो आप by Riemannian integration, and then you are writing the integration like this one, I equal to a to b fzt. So define Jn on C between Jn minus 1 and Jn. Then we are going to consider the sums f Jn into Jn minus 1, that is delta Jn, and n varies from 1 to capital. Now, with this one, we can find the limit. We can find the value of I. But it has only finite number of points of the interval A. So in order to consider maximum points, one thing we can do, we can reduce the size of each sub-interval. Or we can say, and if we are going to reduce the size of interval, it means the capital N will tends to infinite. So if we are going to tend capital N as infinite, then the length of interval is going to become as small. So that will give the accuracy in the summation. So when n tends to infinity, please listen carefully, capital N tends to infinity, then the length of interval will tends to 0. That is Jn minus 1 will tends to 0. And in this case, we can take the limit of this expression. We can take the limit of this expression as n tends to infinite. So limit of this one will give us the integration from a to b fz. So a to b fz is limit n tends to infinite and an in and in defined like this one. So n varies summation n varies from 1 to small n varies from 1 to capital N f xi n and zn minus z minus 1 greater than. The result is independent of the details of the path subdivision. We are not going to think about that one. So this is known as the line integral of the complex variable in complex plane. So this is the basic concept about the line integral. It's okay. Now, equivalence between complex and real line integral. So integration a to b fz dz. We all know that fz is u plus iv and dz means dx plus iota dy. So u plus iv dx plus I dy means u dx minus v dy then plus I times u dy plus v dx is written here. And integration from a to b, a means x naught y naught, that is z naught, and b means capital Z n, that is x and y. So like this. So this is going to be written like this one, c plus I times. So you may, this is a real integral because u, v both are real, as well as this also the real integral. But this I is going to be made this whole as a complex integral. So the complex line integral is equivalent to two real line integral on C. Complex integration a to b as a dz is equal to two real line integral on C. Okay. Now again, we are going to do some calculation based on the line integral with the help of parametric equation which have been discussed. So what we are going to do, if we want to integrate something like a line integral u dx minus v dy over c. So what we can write, it means in this case we can consider the parametric equation of the curve. Parametric equation of the curve. Ritik. Ritik. Ritesh Raj. Ravikant. Sachin Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Sachin. My screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Visual.
Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to integrate this one. Right? What do you mean by parametric equation of curve C? Yes, please. Yes, do fast, please. Sachin,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
what do you mean by parametric equation of curve?
Sir, is I tell definition of this?
Yes, definition. I have been discussed it earlier.
Yes, sir. Sir, it is the value of dependent variable y and
Hmm.
the independent variable x in the term of different terms, as we say that
In
t
terms of
or others
another
say.
parameter. Good. In terms of
Yes,
another
sir.
parameter. It means C is the curve. So it means curve means it is the function relation between x and y. So its parametric equation means the value of x and y in terms of another parameter t. So if we are going to see this equation, this integration, then this integration is in terms of x as well as y. This is the function of xy, but we need to integrate with respect to x, and it is the function of xy, but we need to integrate with respect to y. So it is the integration of multiple variables. So you know already one way to integrate it, but we are not going to use that one. What we are going to do, we are going to use the parametric concept. It is with the parametric concept of this curve C, we may get the value of x and y in terms of another parameter t. It means this xy may be reduced in terms of t, dx may be reduced in terms of t, vxy will reduce in terms of t, and dy will also reduce in terms of t. So in this way, this whole integration will reduce in a single variable t. And if it is going to reduce in a single variable t, then that integration can be done easily, because you have been studying your 10th class question. So one way, this what we need to do, reduce this integration in a single variable with the help of parametric equation of the curve. So since curve C is given, so you may write the parameters of that curve C. Don't need to remember that one. Just you may write down. And with the help of that one, you may reduce all these in terms of t and you get the answer. So with the help of t, it means what? It means this u is okay. It means e is going to become the function of t. So this dx can be written dx by dt. And this d will be the function of t. Then dy will be the dy by dt. And then whole dt. So parametric equation is the value of x and y in terms of t. So the value of x and y are given in terms of t. It means dx by dt is known. T is in terms of t and dy by dt is also known in terms of t. So this all is in terms of t, and we are going to integrate this one with respect to t. So we can do the integration. So where t is some parameterization of c. C means x equals to the function t and y equals to the function t. So from the limit a and b, we may find the limit of t also. T means t naught to t also. Okay. So there is some example. Parameterization of the circle x square plus y square equal to a square. Already you know, I've been discussing. X equal to a cos theta plus y sin theta. It means x equal to a cos t, y equal to a sin t. T means theta, so it varies from 0 to 2 pi. There is another parametric equation also. I've been discussing it. You may assume x equal to t, then y will come is plus minus y will come plus minus square root of a square minus t square. So plus minus that will depends upon the direction. If we are going to consider plus sign, if we are going to consider the plus sign, it means we are moving in anti-clockwise direction. It means a to minus a. I will mention the point. But if we are going to consider minus square root of a square minus t square, so y is in negative direction. So we are going to move from minus a to a. So this is there is, although you have been studying the temporal system, only one parametric equation, this one. But in the last class, I've been discussed. It's not compulsory. You may choose another parametric equation also as per your convenience. So if you are going to see like this one, but if some of you is going to assume x equal t, then yes, you may get the value of y and y plus minus. So that will depend. If you are taking the plus, then limit will be like this one, and if you are taking minus, some of you is taking like minus sign, then limit will be like this. So with these assumptions, we may reduce the function f z in terms of t and dx dy also in terms of t, and we can integrate. So that is here. I try to again to mention the same thing, same concept is here. There I will take t, but if we are going to convert this y in terms of x, then you will be here. Dx by dx will be 1, then dy by dx and dx. So if x is independent parameter and y is depending on x, if y is independent parameter and x is depending upon y, so here dx by dy and this will be 1 and then dy. Okay. Now it is better for us to see now some problems. Evaluate integration 1 upon z dz over c, where c is x equal to a cos theta and y equal to a sin theta. Theta varies from 0 to pi. So I hope you may reduce this 1 by z in terms of theta. Z means x plus iota 1. So you may use the complex conjugate of that one. It means you may multiply x minus iy in numerator and denominator. So in numerator x minus iota y and denominator x square plus y square. So x square plus y square will become a square. We may use the value of x and y in terms of a cos theta and a sin theta. So that will come in terms of d theta. And dz is dx plus I dy. So dx is, you can evaluate dx and you can evaluate dy. So hence you can find the value of dz in terms of d theta. I have been written here. Let's see the whole calculation here. This one. So fz is 1 upon z. Z means 1 upon x plus iy. We are multiplying by conjugates. So we are getting like this one. So x square by a square plus I times and minus y by a square. That x plus a square is a square, x plus y square equal to a square. So the 1 upon z has been reduced in this terms. Now the value of xy in terms of theta, so it means they have been reduced in terms of theta. So I becomes u dx, this is u dx, minus v dy plus I times v dx plus v dy. And in terms of dx, we may write like u dx plus I times u plus I v dx plus minus v plus I u dy. It is up to your choice. No need to go with this one. It is for the just to clear the concept. So what we are going to do, the value of u is known, x by a square. And value of y, it means v is minus y by a square. Y the function of x, so dx. And similarly y2, I2 means it is the dy, so we need to reduce all in terms of y. So minus here y by a square, there is some signs here minus sign, minus but as per this minus or v is already minus, so it becomes plus. So this one. So it means x and y is the function of x dx. So I think you can integrate this one as well as this one. At the same time, we may use the parametric equation also. The I1 is evaluated like this one. X equal to I1 equal to x by a square, and this one. But the value of y is square root of minus square root of a minus x square. I will discuss it earlier. I put the parametric of the curve. So this whole thing is going to reduce in terms of x, and I hope now we may integrate this. X by a square is odd function, then its value is coming 0. And here this will constant, so it will come outside, then integration of this one, and it is even function, so we may write like 2 times that one, or simply you may integrate it. After integration, this is coming minus I pi by 2. Similarly, you may evaluate I2. I2 is coming here, I pi by 2. So the value of the integration is coming 1 of I equal to I pi. Now another concept, we have been using the parametric equation as in Cartesian coordinate system. But at the same time, you may use the parametric equation directly. Problem was just a minute. This one. So you may solve the problem directly because theta varies from 0 to pi. So you may see, I'm discussing here, we need to integrate this one. So you may go like this one directly. Z means x plus iy. Dz means dx plus iota dy. Now you may multiply this with conjugates. So this implies, if you all agree, then here x plus iy means x minus iy, and x minus iy means x minus this square, so x plus y square. So plus y square is nothing; it is a square. So we may use like this one, a square. Now I'm going to use, we are going to use directly parametric equation here without taking another concept. So x equal to a cos theta, we may use, then minus iy a cos theta, then y is a sin theta. So we may take common a, it means sin theta, and then within bracket this one. This one. And dx means, you know, x equal to a cos theta, then this means minus a sin theta d theta. And dy means a cos theta, then d theta. Directly we are doing it. So if we are reducing in terms of theta, then this whole things will become theta varies from 0 to pi. So integration from 0 to pi. Now we may take common d theta outside. If you want to agree, then I can start in the calculation. D theta is like this one. A will come from here also, and A is here. So A square will cancel out. So I think we may write this whole as this one, and A have been taken common outside. So here A and then here. Now you may do the multiplication and then you can integrate directly. So cos theta and sin theta means minus sin theta cos theta. Cos theta means plus I times cos square theta. Cos square theta. Then with this one, it means minus plus I sin square theta. Then minus and minus plus, so minus I into I square. Please check my calculation. So I into I square, it means minus it becomes plus sin theta cos theta. So this sin theta cos theta to this sin theta cos theta will cancel out. I may take common. So sin square theta plus cos square is 1. So simply, what we are going to get it? This one, I. And integration d theta 0 to pi. So it means theta and theta is pi simply. So answer is coming I pi. You may check your answer, please. We have been calculated with some different ways. It is by using the Cartesian coordinate system, and we got the same value as I pi. You may check this. So you may take this one, which one is easy, but the procedure ultimately my purpose was to clear the concept of parametric equations. So what we can do, we can take the parametric equation of the curve and reduce the sum from several variable into a single variable, and then you can go with your transformation knowledge and you can find the value of the integration. So it is the whole concept of the line integral of the complex plane in the complex plane. Okay, so it was from 0 to pi, and by symmetry compare z and minus z, we also have, it means integration 1 over z dz will be 2 pi if theta varies from 0 to 2 pi. In the problem, theta was 0 to pi, but if theta varies from 0 to 2 pi, then value will come 2 pi. Okay, is there any doubt, please? Anyone have any question? Then you may ask me, please. Ritik? Yes, Gupta? Yes, Gupta? He's not there. Vivek Kumar Gone?
Yes, sir.
Vivek, is it clear?
Yes,
Vivek,
sir. Yes.
is there any doubt?
नहीं सर, ठीक है सर.
ठीक है. ऐसा फील हो रहा है कि अचानक से कहीं सर ने बुला लिया तो तुरंत आ गए कहीं से घूम के. क्यों?
नहीं
विवेक,
सर, यहीं पे हूँ सर. नहीं सर,
तो
यहीं
ना,
पे हूँ सर. यस सर.
तो अभी बड़े आराम से करो. ठीक है, इसका मतलब समथिंग डाउट देयर. Then doubt, then you may ask me, please. Don't hesitate.
नो सर, नो सर.
Okay, so good. So it means that the whole concept about the line integral. Let's see some more problems. Z to the power n dj over C, where C is a circle. This C should always be defined. So C is a circle centered at origin and radius is r. So C is defined. In fact, here the parametric equation is given already. So we are required to reduce its parametric equation. Z to the x r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. Theta varies from 0 to 2 pi. So you may use the same concept. Same concept, and then you may find the value of dz. Dz is r e power iota theta d theta, and z is r e power I theta. So z is r e power I theta, that means r power n e power I n I theta, and then r I e power I theta d theta. You will realize one important thing here. So we are getting like this one. Now when we are going to integrate it, please, you are required to see this screen carefully. When we are going to integrate it, then its integration is coming like this one. It means n plus 1 is coming in denominator. So if n plus 1 is coming in denominator, so immediately we should put the restriction and should not equal to minus 1. Otherwise, what will happen? If n equal to minus 1, then it will tend to infinite. So whatever we are going to do the integration here, there n should not be equal to minus. In that case, we are going to use the limit. So this value, after simplifying, alpha n plus 1 is here. E to the power I theta and 2 pi n plus 1. Then divide n plus 1, then minus 1 at theta equals 0, so minus 1. Now, you all know the value of this one. Then, n not equal to minus 1. When n not equal to minus 1, it means 0. So, if n is 0, then 2 pi I theta. If for I 2 pi, you all know the value of this one. Cos 2 pi I plus I sin 2 pi I. Cos 2 pi means 1, so 1 minus 1 is 0. So whatever the value of n, except n equal minus 1, the value of this term, this will come 1. So 1 minus 1 will come 0. So the value of this integration will come 0 when n not equal to minus 1. But at the same time, we have seen when n equal to minus 1, then this problem will be reduces in the above problem. This problem will be reduces in the above problem, that is 1 upon z power n. And in that case, we have been done the calculation in this problem, and in this case, theta values are 0 to pi, so answer was I pi, but 0 to 2 pi, so answer will become 2 pi I, which has been mentioned here in the slides. This 2 pi. So when the value of this integration z to the power n dz is 0, when n not equal to minus 1, but it will be 2 pi I when n equal to minus 1. That the value of integration 1 upon z dz is 2 pi I. However, the value of integration z power minus z power 1, z power 2, dz, whatever there, all these will come 0. Is it okay? So after the line integral, now we are going to study one more most important theorem that's known as Cauchy theorem. Cauchy theorem. What this theorem says? First, try to understand the concept of this. Before studying the Cauchy theorems, we need to define something. First, a simply connected. What the meaning of simply connected region? So, a simply connected region means that there are no holes in the region. It means if this region is simply connected, it means there is no. It means smooth. It is continuous. It means there is no holes in the region. There is any closed path can be summed down to 0 sides. Holes should not be there. So, what this Cauchy theorem says, that if a function fz is analytic in a simply connected region R, again I am repeating, you all should remember immediately this one. Cauchy theorem. But the statement of Cauchy theorem, if a function fz is analytic in a simply connected region R, simply connected means there is no hole in that region. So if fz is analytic in a simply connected region R, then integration fz dz over c will be 0. Or sometimes we will say that if fz is analytic within and on C, if fz is analytic within and on C, it means if this R is a region, and this C is inside the region. How How was the region? Region R was simply connected. Let R be a simply connected region and C be a closed contour in R. Again I am repeating. R be a simply connected region and C be the closed contour in this region R. So if C is a closed contour in R, it means function fz is analytic within and on C. Then integration fz dz over C will be 0. So it is written here, if fz is analytic in R, if fz is analytic in R, then integration fz dz will over C will be 0. So where is C? C is inside R. So in other words, we can say if a function fz is analytic within and on a closed contour C, then integration fz dz over C will be 0. Is it clear? And let's see who have been remember this one. Vijay Kumar. Vijay Kumar? No. Nitin Sukla?
Yes, sir.
Have you remembered the statement?
Sorry, sir. I can't remember.
I
Hello,
repeated
sir.
again and again. Again I'm repeating. But this theorem
Cauchy's
states,
equation of close integral of fz dz is equal to 0.
no, if fz is analytic, where? Within and on C. Within and on a closed curve C. You may see here. C कैसा कर रहा है आपका है? Closed curve है. ठीक है नितिन? This is a closed curve. So function fz is
Yes, sir.
analytic within and on this closed curve C. मतलब C के अंदर और C की जो बाउंड्री है सब पर एनालिटिक है अगर कि फंक्शन fz is analytic within and on a closed curve C, then integration fz dz over C will be 0. Whether you got the point or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, clear, right?
Yes, sir.
So if this point is clear, then use this theorem and give me the answer that the value of integration z square dz over a region R will be, चलो हमने R ले लिया, C कर दिया हमने, तो ठीक है, वैल्यू ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन fz dz ओवर क्लोज कर्व C कितना होगा इसका आंसर? नितिन जल्दी बताओ.
Sir, 0, sir. I guess 0.
I guess नहीं करो आप, 0 होगा. Why? Because every polynomial are always analytic. Z स्क्वायर क्या हो गया? तो पॉलिनोमियल है ना. अब मैंने कहा था कि अगर पॉलिनोमियल कोई है a naught z power n plus a1 z power n minus 1 plus a2 z power n minus 2 and so on. So that polynomial will always be analytic in entire domain. जिस भी रीजन में लोगे वहां पे वो एनालिटिक ही होगा. So it means if you are taking z square, so z square will always be analytic. तो अगर कोई क्लोज कर ले लोगे तो that will also be analytic within and on C. That's why the value of integration z square, z power 3, z power 4, z power 5, z power 10, z power 100 over C will always be. अब इस बात को हम लोगों ने पहले प्रूव भी किया है कि z power n when n not equal to -1 will always be. So we may use the Cauchy theorem also to find the value of the integration. It's okay. Now there are two ways to prove this theorem. One we may use the Stokes theorem, and second we may use the Green's theorem to prove the theorem. So now let's see, we are going to use the Stokes theorem. What is our aim? Fz is analytic within and on C. Please, everybody should remember this one. Fz is analytic within and on C. Then we need to show that integration Fz dz is 0. So we have been assuming integration Fz is analytic within and on C. Now Fz means u plus iv. So Fz means u plus iv. So this can be written as integration Fz dz like this one. It means u dx must v dy plus I times v dx plus u dy. Now we may use the Stokes theorem. How this is Stokes theorem? Because two vectors a equal to u x cap minus v y cap. X cap means I cap, y cap means j cap. Another vector v is vx cap plus uy cap. Why it is like this one? Because u dx minus v dy. So this dot dz cap. That means dx cap plus iota dy cap, dy like that. So we are going to assume a and b. Then dr will be dx x cap plus dy y cap. So in this case, a dot dr will be u dx minus v dy. And b dot dr will be v dx plus u dy. So now in the fz dz is equal to this whole terms, these terms can be written in terms of a dot dr and then plus I times a v dot dr. Now a dot dr, we may use the Stokes theorem over this a dot dr. A dot dr equal to curl a dot n cap ds, and z cap means over the surface, perpendicular to the surface. If you remember, then curl a dot n cap ds. So what was the n cap? N cap was the unit vector normal to the surface, yes. So here we have been considering xy axis, so z cap will be the normal vector to the xy plane. So curl a dot z cap ds plus I times curl b dot z cap ds. Now evaluate curl a dot z cap. So z cap is this one, then curl a. So curl a means, you know, ij k cap, del by del x, del by del y, del by del z, and a is already given. Whatever the value of these, we may do. X cap means 0 minus del v by del z. Del by del z will be 0 because v is the function of xy only. Then y cap, then z cap. So y cap means, you know, this one is 0 and then del v by del z is 0. So only z cap will be there. Z cap means del minus del v by del x plus del u by del y, minus del v by del x plus del u by del y. Z cap dot z cap will come 1. So del minus del v by del x and then minus del u by del y. And after that we may use the CR equation, Cauchy-Riemann equation. Del u by del x equal to del v by del y, and del v by del x is equal to minus del u by del y. So minus becomes plus and it will become 0. So that this value is coming 0, and similarly we may find out the value of this one. It will also come 0. So if this value is 0, then whole integration will come 0 and here 0. So in this way, with the help of Stokes theorems, we got the proof of Cauchy theorem that if a function fz is analytic within and on a closed curve C, then this fz is 0. If fz is not analytic, then you can't use CR equation. You are using CR equation because fz is analytic within and on C. So this is one way to give the proof of Stokes theorem, proof of Cauchy theorem. we may use the Green's theorem also to prove this Cauchy theorem. Green's theorem means, I'm coming to the same point. There is another way to prove this theorem. One way is the Stokes theorem. Now I'm taking this one. So our aim is to show this one is 0, and we have been evaluated this one. Anyone will help me in the use of Green's theorem? This value is equal to. What is Green's theorem? Anyone? Yes, anyone remember, please?
Sir, if two functions are differentiable, then their integration will be double integration of function 1
So
upon
u ds
dx
plus
minus function.
u ds plus v dy is equal to.
So double integration of ux upon ux du upon du upon dx minus
Del x,
dv upon dy. Yes, sir.
del by del x. Yes.
Yes, sir. Minus del v by del y.
Del u by del x or del u by del y.
Sir, del u by
Del u
del
by
x
del x.
into
So del u by del
v.
x.
Second is coming now here. You may check, please. Del u by del y minus del v by del x, as I remember. You may check, please. Then dx dy. Dx dy.
dy.
It is the single integration. We are going to put it in
So double
integration.
integration.
Sir, I think it should be del v by del x minus del u by del y.
Del v by
Del x minus del u by del y, like the negative of this.
हाँ वो तो ठीक है, that's right. क्योंकि इस सिग्नेचर चेंज होगा आपका, this one minus del v by del x minus del u by del y, and this whole is in double integration over the surface gas. So line integral is going to reduce in this one. Okay. So this is the Green's theorem. So we may use the Green's theorem and we may prove the result directly. So you may apply Green's theorem here. So what will happen? Minus is already there. So minus del v by del x, then minus del u by del y, plus I times
Del u by del x minus del v by del y.
then I times del u by
Del u by del x.
del u by del x minus del v by
Minus del y.
del y. Okay, and since fz is analytic, if fz is analytic means its real imaginary part will be continuous and have first partial derivative and will satisfy CR equation. So since have the continuous derivative, that's why we can use the Green's theorem and satisfy the CR equation. It means del v by del x is minus del u by del y. So this term will be 0. Similarly, you may use this one del u by del x equals del v by del y. So this term will become 0. So
Zero.
again, this whole thing is going to become 0. So the result will come 0.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sorry to interrupt you, but actually we have to join another class right now.
Yes, I'm going to leave it.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay? So you may see here, that we may prove the Cauchy theorem with the help of Stokes theorem as well as with the help of Green's theorem also. It's okay. So this is the Cauchy theorem, and we have been seen few example of this one. So further we'll discuss some more examples based on the Cauchy theorem in the next class. Wait, and I will take the attendance and then we'll take the class. Okay, now I will leave the class.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.